earlier. What all things we have discussed right from the beginning? This is our third theory class. Can you tell me what we have discussed in the previous two theory class?
water treatment and impurities.
This we have covered yesterday.
Yes, ma'am.
Impurities
Yes,
in
ma'am.
water. Yes. Okay. So we started with like this particular chapter regarding water treatment, and we saw what are the impurities present in water. Impurities present in water are broadly classified as suspended, colloidal, dissolved, and biological. And further, if you go to see the industrial application, then we find that alkalinity and hardness are the most troublesome impurities which need to be removed. And for domestic water, nitrate, fluoride, and arsenic. Okay. Then we saw what is alkalinity. Alkalinity is basically caused due to presence of hydroxide, carbonate, or bicarbonate ions, or it may be present in combination of hydroxide carbonate and a combination of carbonate bicarbonate may be there, which causes alkalinity to the water sample. And this can be determined by using two indicators simultaneously, one after the other, first phenolphthalein and then methyl orange. And the reason for using two indicator is one gives color change in the pH range of 8 to 10, and the other one has a color pH range of 3.4 to 4.4. Then we saw what are the structures of phenolphthalein and methyl orange and how presence of a stronger alkali influences the color of or the structure of the phenolphthalein molecule or methyl orange molecule. Then we came to an experiment, that is determination of type and extent of alkalinity in the water sample. Now, to determine this, as we know, we want to determine hydroxide carbonate bicarbonate, you need an acid. Now, when you need an acid, the acid should be a primary standard or you should be knowing the exact strength of that acid solution. So here we are using HCl for determination of alkalinity, but HCl is not a primary standard and hence the first part of the experiment becomes determination of strength of HCl. So to find the exact concentration of HCl, we use a primary standard base. Now there is only one primary standard base and a one primary standard acid. The primary standard base is sodium carbonate. It is a solid substance which can be weighed on the balance accurately, and exact concentration solution of sodium carbonate can be prepared, whereas sodium hydroxide is also a strong base, but it is hygroscopic and you can't weigh exact weight, and that is why sodium hydroxide is not a primary standard base. So this n by 40 solution, n by 40 means this is the normality, which comes out to be 0.025 normal. Sodium carbonate is prepared in lab and you have some HCl solution. So you can now titrate these two solution and get the normality of HCl by using the equation N1V1 is equal to N2V2. So that becomes your first part of experiment, where when you pipette out 10 ml of the standard sodium carbonate solution and fill HCl in the burette, you use methyl orange indicator because sodium carbonate is a weak base. It produces, on neutralization, this carbonate will form bicarbonate, which is unnoticed by phenolphthalein. And that is why during the standardization procedure, sodium carbonate is titrated against HCl using methyl orange indicator. Okay, so once you get the normality of HCl, then we go for determination of alkalinity in the water samples. Now, alkalinity in the water sample, in the laboratory, we will provide you synthetically prepared because you should see all the five combinations present. Okay, and for that sake, solutions are so prepared that you will get one reading of each type, right? So that you get to know these things. So, like alkalinity may be a water may be alkaline due to either only hydroxide or only carbonate or only bicarbonate, or there can be combination of hydroxide and carbonate or carbonate and bicarbonate. Okay, so this combination we have discussed yesterday can't be there. It leads to formation of carbonate and then it comes in this particular class. So that hydroxide bicarbonate combination can't be there. Okay, then this is again seen here the same structures. This is the theory regarding how your uh, first reaction is neutralization of hydroxide and the second one is partial neutralization of carbonate. This happens at phenolphthalein endpoint or the drop at which you get color change from pink to colorless is your P endpoint. We call it as P endpoint. The volume of HCl corresponding to this pink to colorless is the P endpoint. And what is M endpoint? M endpoint is after getting a colorless solution, you will add methyl orange to the solution, to the same solution, and you are titrating further to find out how much is the bicarbonate present. So if bicarbonate is present in solution, it will form a yellow color. If bicarbonate is not at all present, it will directly give you a orange red color. Okay, so when you add methyl orange after getting the P endpoint, if you get a yellow color solution, you say that bicarbonates are also there and that is giving you color change from yellow to orange red. Okay, so at P endpoint, the first two reactions complete, and M endpoint is the volume of HCl that correspond to neutralization of all type of alkalinity, so total alkalinity. Clear? The procedure. Procedure is here you are filling HCl in the burette, and the burette is then put on a stand, and uh, there will be a water sample which you will pipette out with the help of a pipette, transfer it to a conical flask. Then the procedure is first you are supposed to add this colorless solution. Indicator bottle contains phenolphthalein. So when you add phenolphthalein and if the solution is pink, that means hydroxide and carbonate are present, or only hydroxide is present or only carbonate is present. Okay, so pink coloration signify that there is presence of either hydroxide or carbonate or both are present together. Now this pink color solution is titrated. When you start titration, the volume should be 0 mark and you titrate till you get a color change from pink to colorless. Now when it becomes colorless, you stop here and note down the burette reading as P endpoint. P endpoint means PML. And then to the same solution which has just turned colorless, you will add methyl orange indicator. What about the burette? Burette reading has, you should not change the burette reading. Where you got P endpoint, you will titrate further ahead of it. When this is yellow, with the yellow solution, you will titrate ahead of this. So you will get some color change from yellow to red. So that drop at which drop of HCl which is turning yellow solution to orange solution will be recorded as M endpoint in the observation table. So this is how for a single 10 ml aliquot of water sample you are getting first P endpoint and then you are getting M endpoint. So two endpoints are obtained for a single aliquot. After you discard this into the sink, you will wash the conical flask and again take 10 ml to repeat the procedure till you get two concordant constant readings. Right? That is how the titrations are to be performed. Okay, so things are clear here. This is the procedure part. Now here the burette, pipette and rest of the things are shown and which we have seen earlier. Now what is the most important part is the Waders table. Now when you are given an unknown water sample, how do you find out what is the type of alkalinity present? So the type of alkalinity can be determined from the relation between the phenolphthalein and methyl orange endpoint. And just from the phenolphthalein and methyl orange endpoint obtained for the water sample, you can determine what is the type present. Suppose if You are taking a water sample, and when you add phenolphthalein to it, we'll go back to this particular slide. Okay. Now suppose that you took the water sample. Now you are given water sample A, B, C, D, E like this. 5 water samples are given. Now the first water sample you took and 10 ml was transferred into the conical flask. Suppose when you add phenolphthalein, the solution is not becoming pink. If the solution is not becoming pink, that means according to those reactions, these are the reactions. Hydroxide, this is 1, neutralization of carbonate, this is 2, and bicarbonate is the third reaction. Okay, now if it is not turning pink, that means this hydroxide and carbonate both are totally absent. Now in such a case, you will write that P is 0. Okay. So this is how the case 1 on adding phenolphthalein to water sample, if it is colorless, it indicates absence of hydroxide and carbonate. So then only you when you add methyl orange, if it gives yellow color, then you have to titrate with HCl to turn yellow to red, and that volume of HCl will is used to neutralize the bicarbonate alkalinity. Now, in such a case where P is 0, there is only bicarbonate alkalinity. Now, one more instance can be there if P is 0 and M is also 0. M is also 0. When will you call M as 0? That is, after putting phenolphthalein, it is colorless, it is not developing pink color, and on adding methyl orange, it is directly red, it is not developing yellow color. So in such case, you will say that P is 0, M is 0, and in such circumstances, we find that water sample, why M will be 0? Because if the pH of solution is less than 4.4, then only methyl orange will give directly red color. And if the pH is less than 4.4, we say that the solution or the sample given to you is acidic in nature. Okay. Then, then the next example. Now, next case can be like you took a water sample and you are adding to it phenolphthalein first. So you got a pink color which you titrate with the solution and get a color change pink to colorless. So you got some P endpoint. But after getting P endpoint, you are not getting yellow solution with methyl orange, but you get directly orange red color. Go to back to that particular this one. This is more clear. Now suppose if the second sample you took and in the second sample when you add phenolphthalein it is pink, you titrate to get P endpoint pink to colorless. Now to this colorless solution when you add this methyl orange indicator, you are not developing a yellow color. You are directly getting an orange color. In such a situation, if you see those three reactions, I'll bring those reactions here so that I can explain here itself. Now, this is known to us. Now suppose if you took the second sample, okay, in the second sample you are adding phenolphthalein, it produces pink color, but after titration with HCl, when you titrate from 0 mark, you got some P endpoint. You recorded the value P here in the observation table, and then you are adding methyl orange. It is producing directly this red color and there is no yellow color. That means with methyl orange, if you are not having any yellow color, that means this part is absent, because if this part is present, it will use some HCl to convert yellow to red. But if it is not yellow, that means bicarbonate is totally absent. So whether it is originally present bicarbonate or bicarbonate obtained from carbonate, right? If carbonate is present, it will definitely produce bicarbonate and you will get yellow color. This means that in such a sample, there is no bicarbonate and there is no carbonate also. Why no carbonate? If carbonate is there, it will consume some HCl in this region, and the bicarbonate so formed due to the partial conversion here will consume some acid here also. So if carbonate is there, it will definitely give you yellow color with methyl orange. And hence, if you are not getting any color, like if you are getting directly red color on adding methyl orange, this signifies that there is presence of only and only hydroxide, and this volume of HCl which was required here to make this pink to colorless is neutralizing only hydroxide. Okay, so if you get P value, now from 0 ml you got some say 8.5 ml. Now at 8.5 ml you are putting methyl orange, it is directly orange red. So the P is exactly equal to M then, because you are no more requiring any volume of HCl ahead of this. Are you getting? And that is why then we say that your P is stable. Stable also should be there at one place. Okay. Now the thing is, what we have seen, the first case where P is equal to 0, phenolphthalein is 0, there is only bicarbonate already. So we have the Waders table has been tabulated where the hydroxide, carbonate and bicarbonate is written here. Now when you add phenolphthalein indicator, it is colorless. That means hydroxide and carbonate both are nil and only bicarbonate may be there. Then the second case, you took the water sample, it is pink, you titrate, you get some P endpoint, but on adding methyl orange, you are directly getting red color. There is no yellow color. Now that is the relation between your P and M endpoint is P is equal to M, which signifies that there is only hydroxide. P or M is corresponding to hydroxide present. Carbonate is nil, bicarbonate is nil. Now consider that you took a third sample. Now here is a third water sample, or say sea water sample C. Are you getting what I am saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now you took the
Yes.
third water sample and you are transferring 10 ml into the conical flask, and to this you are adding phenolphthalein indicator. Now when you added phenolphthalein to it, it is pink. And you titrate with HCl, start from 0 mark, you are running some quantity of HCl, say 5 ml is the reading where you got pink to colorless. So you will note down in the table, observation table, P as 5 ml. Will become 5 for this particular sample. And then to this colorless solution, you will add the second indicator, that is methyl orange. Now a nice yellow color is there. So this yellow color solution, you are titrating from 5 ml ahead, and you are getting some endpoint 10 ml where yellow is turning red. Okay, so what has happened? P is 5
Ma'am?
ml, M is 10 ml. Yes.
In case 2, if we add, or like when we added phenolphthalein indicator, Then there is color change of pink, ma'am, in the second case, if P is equal to M. Then after, if we add methyl orange also, there is change of color to red, which indicates that it is acidic.
Not acidic. You see, you took the water sample second case.
Yes, ma'am.
Sample is there. On adding phenolphthalein, if it develops pink color, okay, it develops pink color, that means solution is alkaline. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Pink color was there. Now we want to know pink color phenolphthalein means what? The pH is much above 8, right? 8 to
Yes,
10 is the pH range. So when you titrate with HCl, so every time when you are titrating with phenolphthalein, it should begin from 0 mark. Okay, no original reading minus final reading or final minus original sort of thing should be done here, because there is a lot of confusion. Okay, so every time when you take a 10 ml aliquot, you start from 0 mark. Okay, now you started from 0 mark, you are running down some acid here, and you find that like at a point, this pink color is turning colorless. Okay, now when this is turning colorless, you will note down that as PML or the phenolphthalein endpoint. Now, when you got phenolphthalein endpoint and you noted down, say 8.5 ml, now the solution is colorless. To this, you are adding methyl orange indicator to identify whether there is bicarbonate or not. Because this methyl orange will give you idea regarding only the bicarbonate. So when you add methyl orange, there is no yellow color, it is directly orange red. That means the pH of this solution is below 4.4 here, and there is no presence or there is absence of this bicarbonate. Had bicarbonate been there, it would have developed yellow color.
Yellow color.
Here? Okay. So
Yes, ma'am.
in such a case, what you see, like you stopped at 8.5 and you are not at all requiring any quantity of HCl because it is already getting red here, right? So your P is exactly equal to M, and in such a case, you say that there is only hydroxide alkalinity because carbonate is also absent, because carbonate produces half bicarbonate. Okay, and hence in such a case, if you take a water sample and you are getting P and M relationship as P equal to M, then you can infer that there is only hydroxide present in the water sample. Okay, and then the third case. Okay, now the third sample is taken. You are pipetting out, you are getting a pink color with phenolphthalein indicator, and you are titrating from 0 to say 5 ml is your P endpoint. Then you add methyl orange. Then further you titrate 5.1, 5.2 like this till 10 ml. If you are getting 10 ml as your M endpoint, then P is 5 and M is 10 ml. You repeat the titration 3, 4, 5 times. Again and again you are getting say 4.9 and 10.1 or 4.9 and 9.9 like this, and finally you are getting 5 and 10, 5 and 10. Now if the relation between your P and M is P is equal to exactly equal to half of M. Okay, now we don't know what is present there, but the relation between P and M endpoint is P is exactly equal to half of M. Now we come back to these reactions. Now when will be P equal to half of M? Now this is P and this is M. So M is the total alkalinity, right? So 10 ml correspond to all type of alkalinity present. Now what does P correspond to? That is the 5 ml of HCl rundown. That corresponds to hydroxide and carbonate. Now had there been hydroxide, it would use more of P, because carbonate will use half of the HCl is consumed for converting carbonate to bicarbonate, and remaining half is converting the bicarbonate formed from this to H2CO3, right? So if P is exactly equal to half of M, then you can consider that there is only presence of sodium carbonate. This you can try when you will perform experiment with, like if you get a chance, sodium carbonate standard solution, and that will give you exactly P value will be exactly half of M, and that that infers that there is no hydroxide and there is no bicarbonate, there is only 2p or m value correspond to carbonate alkalinity present in it. Okay, things are clear here? Now
Ma'am,
since
when it turns red, the pH is 3.324, na?
where methyl orange,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, when you are getting a color change from yellow to red, reddish pink, the pH is say 4,
And ma'am,
3.4 to 4.
in the first case, when you added phenolphthalein and it turned colorless afterwards, and then
Huh.
in that solution we have added methyl orange, right?
Yes, yes. Because
But that was
here when it is
alkaline
converting,
solution.
yes,
But that was alkaline solution, na?
this one.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, the weaker alkali is there. The weaker alkali, that is bicarbonate, is not neutralized. It remains in solution, but still phenolphthalein will show color change, pink to colorless.
Okay, and then we have added methyl orange in it.
So to find out the weak alkali, we need to use methyl orange.
And then it will turn red, na?
Yeah, when all the bicarbonates are neutralized, it will turn red. So
Okay,
this
ma'am.
part is telling you, or the volume of HCl required here tells you regarding only the bicarbonates being neutralized. And this is the part where it is telling you that hydroxides are neutralized and half of the carbonate is neutralized. And the magic of this particular experiment lies in this is neutralized at P endpoint, this is neutralized by M endpoint, but this carbonate is half neutralized by P and half neutralized by M. This is the real principle because of which we are able to determine the different type and also the extent of alkalinities. Okay, okay. Now coming to अभी third हो गया. So what all things we have covered? Only bicarbonate, only hydroxide, and this is only carbonate. Clear? Clear or not? Say clear.
Ma'am, ma'am, in
Yes,
third
ma'am.
case,
Hmm.
hello.
Yes,
When we add phenolphthalein, it remains colorless or does it change to pink, ma'am?
it,
Yeah.
it becomes pink. You see,
And indicates that it
it
has
contains
carbonate.
carbonate. Yeah,
Okay.
it turns pink and indicates that it has carbonate. Now, you are not sure at this point whether this is pink because of hydroxide or carbonate.
Yeah, yeah.
So how you come to know? You will titrate with HCl. So when you
Yes,
titrate with HCl, you get some burette reading. This
yes, ma'am.
burette reading we call as P. And then
Yes.
to this colorless solution, you add methyl orange indicator. So it develops yellow color. Again, till now you are not knowing that whether hydroxide is present or not or carbonate is present or not. Now when
Yes.
you get yellow solution, you become very sure that there is carbonate because only hydroxide will never give this yellow color.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So when you get P value equal to half M, you say that uh, there is only carbonate present in the solution and the volume of HCl, either you consider 2P or you consider M because M is the total alkalinity, 0 to 10 ml say. For simplicity, I am talking about 0 to 10, 0 to 5 was P. So 2 into 5 will be 10 or M you take 10. So it is one and the same thing. That is why it is written 2P or M is the volume of HCl which correspond to carbonate alkalinity. Things are clear? Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Now suppose you are taking the fourth sample. Okay. The fourth sample is taken or sample D is taken. Now when you take phenolphthalein 10 ml here and add phenolphthalein indicator to it, it is pink. You titrate with HCl to get a colorless solution. Then you add methyl orange. You get a yellow solution, and this yellow needs some volume of HCl to get a red solution. Now what is happening when you are titrating this? Suppose you got P value as say 10 ml and M is 12 ml, or P value is 8 ml and M is say 10 ml. So from the relation between P and M endpoint, what we see, P is 8 and M is 10. So what is half of M? 5. But P value, which is 8 ml, is greater than half of M. Now that is what is written here. That what is the relation between phenolphthalein and methyl orange endpoint? Phenolphthalein endpoint is greater than half of M, because your P you had got 8 ml and M you got 10 ml. Okay. Now in such a case, if P is greater than half of M, it is found that it contains a combination of hydroxide and carbonate. Then, if it contains hydroxide and carbonate, then how will you find out how much is hydroxide? So you need the volume of HCl which is neutralizing the hydroxide and the volume of HCl which is neutralizing the carbonate. Now to understand this particular case, I will take you to this particular slide here. Okay. Now what is seen here? You consider that madam has mixed sodium hydroxide and sodium carbonate and is giving you this solution. Now you are knowing that it does not contain any originally present bicarbonate in it. Okay. So the solution of sodium hydroxide and sodium carbonate is prepared synthetically in distilled water. Things are clear? Now in such a case, what you will say, according to these three reaction, 1, 2, 3 reaction, the first two completing at P, all the three completing at M. What you will find, that hydroxide will be neutralized at P endpoint, carbonate will be neutralized half at the P endpoint. So can I write P endpoint, or the volume of HCl correspond to hydroxide and half of carbonate? Yes. And what is M? Further, when you titrate, M is the total alkalinity. So this sample was synthetically prepared, and you know that it is containing only hydroxide and carbonate. So M corresponds to, M is equal to hydroxide plus carbonate. So if P is hydroxide and half of carbonate, then M minus P, what it will become? M minus P will become half of carbonate. So twice M minus P will become carbonate, right? If M minus P is half of carbonate, twice M minus P is carbonate. Then substitute the value of carbonate in this total alkalinity equation. So this carbonate value is substituted here by twice M minus P. So when you substitute here twice M minus P, your equation becomes M is equal to hydroxide plus twice M minus P. So hydroxide can be calculated as the 2P minus M. So it is the volume of HCl which is neutralizing hydroxide, and this is the volume of HCl which is neutralizing carbonate alkalinity. Okay, and that is why in this particular table it is written, when you get a relationship between P and M endpoint as P greater than half M, there is hydroxide alkalinity and carbonate alkalinity. There is no bicarbonate because P is greater than half M. And the volume of HCl which correspond to hydroxide alkalinity, it is twice 2P minus M, and the carbonate alkalinity is twice M minus P. Okay, then the last option. If you get a relationship that P value, your P reading is less than half of M. Now what does this signify? If P is less than half of M, then it shows that there is no hydroxide, but there is only carbonate and bicarbonate. So this value can be shown here. Now you consider that if you take a combination of carbonate and bicarbonate, okay, Now you will find that carbonate will be half neutralized at P endpoint. Then you have the originally present bicarbonate here and the bicarbonate formed as partial neutralization of carbonate. So these two things will require a larger quantity of HCl after P endpoint. And that is why you will find that the relationship in such a case is P is less than half of M. Now in such a case, we write P corresponds to neutralization of half of carbonate because we know -2 to -1. So P is equal to half of carbonate. So 2P will be equal to carbonate. That is what is written here. 2P is equal to carbonate. Then what is M? M corresponds to total alkalinity. Total, we know it contains only carbonate and bicarbonate, these two. So we write M as carbonate and bicarbonate. CO3 2 minus and HCO3 minus. Now so you substitute the value of carbonate in this total one. Here instead of carbonate it will be 2P. So we can find out the bicarbonate. Bicarbonate will be M minus 2P. Okay, so this is very simple. So when you perform it, things become more clear. So when P is less than half M, carbonate will be 2P and bicarbonate will be M minus 2P. Okay, so this is if you add phenolphthalein and it develops pink color, that means there is either hydroxide present or only carbonate present or a combination of hydroxide and carbonate. Okay, then you titrate to get colorless solution. This is the colorless solution. Now you are not sure that it contains bicarbonate or not. Now this bicarbonate will be from the carbonate or originally present carbonate. So you add methyl orange indicator to this conical glass, you get a yellow solution. Now this yellow solution on titration, if you are getting red color, this is showing that this solution has contained bicarbonate which are now neutralized and becoming red. Okay, so this will be the color changes, pink to colorless. Then to colorless you are adding methyl orange, you get yellow, and yellow to then orange. Okay, and now these all these colors are obtained for these two solutions, P greater than half M, P less than half M, also P equal to half M. So you will get such color changes for all these three. All these four changes will be observed: pink, colorless, yellow, red. Okay, so I think things are clear here. So now in the theory part, I think this is sufficient. These are the calculations which I will discuss in the practical class, how to calculate sample A, sample B, sample C, and so on. And I'll give you these slides to write. I'll give you some time to write those slides in your practical file. Okay, and now is a numerical. Okay, numerical we will solve here. All the students are here. Note down this numerical in your notebook. Everyone should write this numerical. Write and solve the numerical. Are you getting what I am saying?
Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
First write the numerical, then read the numerical twice. Then write down what is given and what you are understanding from it. Okay? Okay. Now, what do you have? 10 ml of raw water sample on titration with N by 40 HCl. So the strength of HCl is told to you, it is 0.025 not. Right? Then the 0.025 normal solution is the strength of HCl is this and the volume of HCl required is 7.2 ml to phenolphthalein. That means P is equal to 7.2 ml and 9.8 ml of acid to methyl orange endpoint. So M is 9.8. Okay. P and M is given to you. Volume of water sample is told. Normality of HCl is also told to you. Okay, you need these calculations to do. Okay, now before the calculation part, you tell me what is the relationship between P and M.
P is greater than half of M.
Okay,
Then half.
now if you can say that P is greater than half of M, then what is the type of alkalinity present in it?
Hydroxide is more than carbonate.
And carbonate.
We will go to this table. See this table. If P is greater, like this is the fourth case, P is greater than half M. So it is containing hydroxide and carbonate. How much hydroxide? 2P minus M volume corresponds to hydroxide neutralization and twice M minus P correspond to carbonate neutralization. So we come to this numerical and we write here solution. Now you also write in your notebook. P is 7.2 and M is 9.8. Since P is greater than half M, the water sample must contain hydroxide and carbonate alkalities and there can't be any bicarbonate. So therefore, then you go for the determination of volume of corresponding hydroxide alkalinity to P minus M. The volume of HCl which correspond to hydroxide is 2P minus M. You substitute this, you get to know that 4.6 ml is of HCl is neutralizing hydroxide alkalinity. And then you find out यहाँ पे सिर्फ हाइड्रोक्साइड का दिया है व्हाट अबाउट कार्बोनेट यू फाइंड आउट फॉर कार्बोनेट आल्सो twice M minus P
12.4.
5.2.
12.4 कैसे आएगा ये अगर मैक्सिमम वैल्यू 9.8 है तो यू कांट हैव एनी वैल्यू मोर देन 9.8 राइट 2p minus m किया 2p is 14.4 minus 9.8 is 4.6
5.6.
5.2.
4.6.
5.2 ma'am.
5.2.
5.2 और this is 9 तो आपका carbonate will be this is twice m minus p twice m minus p m minus p कितना होगा यहाँ
4
यहाँ पे है क्यों नहीं
2.6.
5.2 आया ना मैम 5.2
twice m minus p ये हम अच्छा that was ahead of that okay चलो यहाँ है twice m minus p so that is 9.8 minus 7.2 into 2 so this is 5.2 and this is 4.6 so together 4 and 5 becomes 9.8 okay so this is how you are supposed to calculate things are clear and then the calculation
ma'am.
is
Yes,
that
ma'am.
alkalinity
Yes,
will
ma'am.
be equal to volume of HCl corresponding to hydroxide into normality of HCl upon the volume of water sample taken. So volume of HCl for hydroxide is 4.6 into 0.025 divided by 10 into the equivalent weight of hydroxide. Now, generally we go for determination of CaCO3 equivalent, and that is why this will be 50. Equivalent weight of calcium carbonate is 50 upon this 17. So you get into a common scale that is 575 ppm of milligrams per liter. So this will be, when you multiply by the equivalent weight, you get grams per liter, and that is why it is converted into milligrams per liter so that you can write it in ppm. Okay, then for carbonate, your value will come here twice m minus p, which is 5.2. So when you substitute 5.2 here for this, normality of HCl is 0.025 into the equivalent weight of CaS carbonate upon 10 is the volume of water sample taken into the equivalent weight of calcium carbonate 50 divided by the carbonate equivalent weight 30. Okay, and why 1000 is multiplied here? Because we want to express it as parts per million and not grams per liter. So this 1000 is multiplied and you get 650 ppm. Now since both of them are in CaCO3 equivalents, you can add them and say that the total alkalinity of the water sample is 1225 ppm. Okay, 1225 ppm. So this can be achieved. Things are clear? Such type of numericals will be asked. Now, how many of you have done or understood this, how to calculate? Any one of you writing this numerical? Is anyone writing the numerical? How to solve?
Yes.
You don't have only MCQ in your exam. And then take us make a PDF by scanning that, and then that has to be uploaded within time. So everyone should practice writing also. Till 12th standard, you had only MCQ. I know all your competitive exams are MCQ, just tick, click and all. But now here you will have to write with a blue pen on blank A4 size sheets with proper page numbers, and at the end of 1.5 hour or 1 hour, sessional will be 1 hour, your end sem will be 1.5 hour. So you have to write in that time. Okay, and after writing, you have to upload that PDF.
Ma'am, this 50 upon 30 is what?
Yes.
This 50 upon 30 is what? Into 1000 milligram per liter.
No, I am not able to hear you properly.
Ma'am,
Voice
this
is not
50 upon 30 is what?
50 by 30.
हाँ मैम, ये कहाँ से है?
ये अगर आप नहीं लेते हैं, okay, you consider that this part and this part is not there. What is this part? You tell me first. You are having
Yes, ma'am.
N1 V1 by V2 into the equivalent weight of this particular alkalinity, carbonate alkalinity 2 minus. 30 is the equivalent weight of carbonate CO3 2 minus. Are you getting?
Okay.
यहाँ पे क्या है, ये भी कंसिडर मत करो, ये पार्ट यहाँ तक कंसिडर करो. दिस पार्ट यू कंसिडर. व्हाट इज दिस? दिस इज N1 V1 by V2 into the equivalent weight of hydroxide. तो N1 V1 by this into the equivalent weight किया तो क्या मिलता है आपको? ग्राम्स पर लीटर ऑफ हाइड्रोक्साइड. यहाँ पे भी इधर का पार्ट कंसिडर मत करो, ये 30 है. तो व्हेन यू मल्टीप्लाई दिस बाय 30 यू आर गेटिंग ग्राम्स पर लीटर ऑफ कार्बोनेट. तो किसके साथ है? सोडियम के साथ है, कैल्शियम के साथ है, पोटेशियम के साथ है. यू डोंट नो, and that is why you convert it into CaCO3 equivalents. तो CaCO3 equivalents में convert करने के लिए equivalent weight of CaCO3 divided by the equivalent weight of carbonate. So you get it into CaCO3 equivalent And this 1000 is because we want to convert this grams per liter into milligrams per
Milligram per
liter. So
liter.
you can write ppm, parts per million.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
And since both of them are CaCO3 equivalents, had you not have been put this part, ये part अगर नहीं डालेंगे आप और आप कहोगे 1000 से multiply किया, some ppm you got, then you can't multiply the true weight of hydroxide, means you can't add the true weight of hydroxide alkalinity and true weight of carbonate alkalinity and say that the total alkalinity is like this. उसको add करना ठीक नहीं है. Are you getting? Two dissimilar things. This is true hydroxide weight and this will be true carbonate. So if you don't multiply by this, then you can't express this. फिर आपको अलग अलग मेंशन करना पड़ेगा. Water is alkaline because of hydroxide and carbonate. This much. Things are clear?
Clear, ma'am.
Okay. Then should we solve another numerical? So we
मैम
will complete. हाँ.
यहाँ अल्केनिटी या फाइंडिंग अल्केनिटी रेट मैम वहाँ N1 V1 कर रहे हैं इनटू इक्विवेलेंट वेट ऑफ
नहीं, that is, you see, because the PPT is made, no, you have to do all those things, na. If it is chalk and board, this part will be together and this 30 will be outside.
I mean why to do into 30 and again by 30 मैम both are equivalent weight only.
You should understand that this is carbonate alkalinity, that's all. 30 तो cancel होना है, this is common sense.
Yeah. Yes ma'am.
Here also 17 will cancel, but you should understand initially that this is hydroxide alkalinity, that is why 7 has to be considered.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Because this is all initially, and when you are doing it, you will be you should understand what you are doing. That's all. Are you getting?
Okay, ma'am.
This
Yes, ma'am.
17 will cancel out. This 30 is going to cancel out. But because we are mentioning this is hydroxide and this is carbonate, for sake of simplicity, and if you don't have time in exam, what you will do, you will take this, you will multiply by 50 and then by 1000 and say this many ppm.
Yes ma'am. Yes ma'am.
But showing that will not suffice. You have to show it properly in proper. If the final answer is wrong and this part is written correctly, you get some marks. Otherwise, if you do it all together, then proper marking is not there. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Then the second numerical. Read the numerical, write it in your notebook and try to solve this. Okay, who has solved? Can you say what is the type of alkalinity present?
Bicarbonate.
Bicarbonate.
Only bicarbonate is present because if phenolphthalein is 0, okay, Pn point is 0. When you add phenolphthalein, it is not alkaline to phenolphthalein. That means
संचित 2 मिनट 5 मिनट रुकला सर.
N acid. M1 means the volume of HCl M. Here, you see M, na? It's not molarity. This is the methyl orange endpoint. 13.6 will come here. Here the normality of acid. The normality of acid, that is H2SO4. And since normality is given here, although it is H2SO4, you don't have to, you don't need any conversions or anything. Then here is the volume of water sample. Now, why 61 is written? Because you should understand that bicarbonate equivalent weight is 61. Are you getting? So 61 into 50 by 61 into 1000. So you get the answer. Here alkalinity due to bicarbonate in CaCO3 equivalents is equal to 61. 61 will cancel out definitely. 50 will also cancel out because here in this case 50 ml was taken. So what is there? 13.6 into 0.05 into 1000. Okay, that comes out to be 680 ppm as CaCO3 equivalent of bicarbonate alkalinity. Clear? Then one more numeric. Just note it down.
Ma'am, please previous page, please.
Yeah, one important instruction is there. As I am on leave on Monday, the Monday's class will not be engaged. The chemistry class Monday, this Monday, that is 20th. So Thursday's class I will engage. And regarding the practical of like Wednesday's practical, what is that batch? Wednesday's batch, who is X1 or X2? Yeah.
X1.
Wednesday's batch practical also will not be conducted. And Thursday onwards, I'll be in the institute. So I will engage all your theory and practicals from Thursday onwards. Okay. So I have one theory class on 20th Monday and 22nd X1 batch practical will not be conducted. Things are clear, so you need not join because it won't be there. So you can use that time for other one. Okay, coming to the numerical, a water sample
Ma'am,
was
please
alkaline.
previous
Ma'am, please show the previous slide.
Previous.
Slide.
This one?
Yes, ma'am. Done, ma'am.
Done.
Okay. Make habit. This is a good thing that you are writing in a notebook because like these online exams, what students do, they keep the soft copies and then you don't find time to see the soft copies. So in that case, a summary sort of thing is there in your notebook. Na? You immediately recollect everything when you have things written in your handwriting. Make habit of writing important points at least. Okay, a water sample. The third one is a water sample was alkaline to both phenolphthalein as well as methyl orange. Okay, 100 ml of the water sample on titration with N by 25 HCl required 5.5 ml of acid, 2 phenolphthalein endpoints of P is 5.5. An addition of methyl orange to the same solution and titration continued further till yellow turned red, another 12 ml. Now it is saying another 12 ml means your P is different and M is different here. Another 12 ml of acid was required. Elucidate on the type of extent and alkalinity present in the water sample. Okay, type and extent. So what is saying is seen 5.5 is P, but M is 5.5 plus 12 ml. Okay, so P is 5.5 and M is 17.5. Now you see what is the relation between P and M. The relation between P and M, P is less than half
Less
M.
than n by 2.
P less than half M. That means it contains carbonate and bicarbonate. Okay, CO3 2 minus and HCO3 minus is present. So you calculate the carbonate alkalinity and then you go for calculating bicarbonate alkalinity. So here you need this relation 2P, the volume of HCl which corresponds to carbonate alkalinity is 2P and M minus 2P is for bicarbonate. You go to this table. In such a case, you have to go to this table. P is less than half M, hydroxides are nil, 2P is the carbonate and M minus 2P is bicarbonate. Okay, these are the previous ones. So the given sample contains 350 milligrams per liter of this COCl3 equivalent total alkalinity. This is important part when you are substituting for this part and this part. Okay, homework.
अरे वाह
Anyone writing this numerical?
Yes, ma'am.
What is that 11 ml?
How you got this 11 ml? The relation says you go to that Waters table. If you go, you will find this is M minus 2P.
I want to say
This is 2P. Carbonate is 2P,
Yes,
and this
yes, yes.
volume is M minus 2P. So this bicarbonate part will be bicarbonate is neutralized by M minus 2P volume of HCl, and that is why this is corresponding to bicarbonate alkalinity. You are supposed to calculate both carbonate and bicarbonate alkalities and show when you are showing these numericals or these values. Only total alkalinity will not work.
Ma'am, you can show the slide of calculating alkalinity, ma'am. Like, there are some formulas, no, ma'am.
Formulas I told you N1 V1 upon V2. This one.
Yes, ma'am.
But this I have prepared these slides case specific. Case specific means like I have like mentioned that if the water is having P is less than half M alkalinity due to carbonate and bicarbonate, then the volume of HCl corresponding to carbonate is 2P and that with bicarbonate is M minus 2P, and you substitute these in this 2P and M minus 2P, you get the carbonate and bicarbonate, and when you add the carbonate and bicarbonate, you get the total alkalinity of the water sample. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Got it, ma'am.
Okay. And we are yet to solve this, or we have solved this? The very first case. I think we have solved this. The very first example was P greater than half M. And we have solved one only bicarbonate also.
Huh?
Right? So what remains in for your exam is P equal to M and P equal to half M. That will be in the homework part. Yeah, ये तो हो गया था P greater than half M, right? This P greater than half M we solved. And then this is P equal to 0. And then we have taken the case of P less than half M. Okay. And did the calculation. Now the homework must contain 100 ml of water sample on titration with N by 50 H2SO4 gave a tighter value 5.8 ml to phenolphthalein endpoint and 11.6 ml to methyl orange endpoint. Calculate the alkalinity of the water sample in terms of CaCO3 and comment on the type of alkalinity and calculate the extent also. Okay, so here you will see 5.8 and 11.6 means P is exactly equal to half m. P equal to half m. Okay, P equal to half m means what? Alkalinity is due to only carbonate, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
so yeah, you write down this and solve this part. Then 50 ml of water sample on titration with N by 50 HCl using phenolphthalein as indicator gave endpoint when 5.0 ml of acid was run down. Okay, 5 is the P endpoint. Another aliquot of 50 ml of same water sample required 5 ml of acid to obtain methyl orange endpoint. Means P is exactly equal to M because two different aliquot of 50 ml were titrated with the two indicators and you got 5 ml and here also you got 5 ml. What is the type of alkalinity present in the sample and what is its magnitude? So P is exactly equal to M means there is
Hydroxide.
only
Oxide
hydroxide.
alkalinity.
Good. Okay. So for today, we will stop here. Now the alkalinity part is over. Numericals are asked on this. Many a times the structures and structure of the indicator is asked. Specifically like saying that something like at 12 pH what will be the structure of phenolphthalein or at a pH of 3 what will be the structure of methylone. Yes. Yes. Hmm?
Calcium carbonate same as sodium bicarbonate.
Calcium carbonate?
Same as sodium bicarbonate.
Calcium carbonate is same as sodium bicarbonate. No. Calcium carbonate is the most insoluble salt and it separates out immediately from water. Whereas sodium bicarbonate is used as it is baking soda is
Baking
used,
soda.
right? So sodium bicarbonate, it is these two are not the same. When you put it in water, if it contains this will dissolve in water sodium bicarbonate Na plus and HCO3 minus. It will form. Okay. Just a bit.
They react similarly only.
1 minute.
Circumstance.
Yes, I'm not able to hear you. Speak loudly.
They both react similarly only under some circumstances.
They both
React similarly.
react similarly. With whom? HCl. See, when we talk about carbonate alkalinity, it is not calcium carbonate. You see, carbonate alkalinity, calcium carbonate, if it is forming, it will be a precipitate. When we are talking about carbonate alkalinity, it is associated with sodium or potassium. Bicarbonate and carbonate are two different things. Just now we saw. अभी तक alkalinity पढ़ा hydroxide carbonate bicarbonate.
I don't know.
Why you don't know? These two are different things. CO3 2 minus and HCO3 minus. Can they be same? और अगर वो सेम है तो ये जो तीन रिएक्शंस हमने अभी तक पढ़े हैं उसका क्या सिग्निफिकेंस है? What is the significance of these three reactions? Telling you again and again. One like first two completing at P and all the three at M. Don't confuse between this carbonate and bicarbonate. This bicarbonate is obtained, can be there originally present NaHCO3 minus NaHCO3 can be there. NaHCO3 and this thing. हो हो अच्छा डिपार्टमेंट बंद करायचंय मेन ऑफिस बंद केलं का एक मिनिट आता संध्या एक एक्सक्यूज मी
बस भाई तो मेरे को इंटरेस्ट नहीं ठीक है चालू रहेंगे आवाज नहीं चाहिए अटक पड़े तो मैं करूँ
Okay, things are clear?
yes
Okay, in the laboratory class, we will again discuss. If anyone is having doubt, please write the doubts in your notebook and we will again discuss all these slides and I think that will clear all your doubts. Okay, we will stop here today.
टुडे म्हणजे टुडे असते ऊपर का तो गया नीचे का बाकी है
Thank you, ma'am.
थैंक यू मैम
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.